Today, we're gonna build some row houses and Paralives, but the challenge is that each row house is a different material. And this is gonna be a fun one because within the swatches and Paralives, you can not only change the color, you can also change the material of the entire object. So you can get some crazy objects in this game. And today we're gonna test that to the full max with making entire houses out of one singular material. Material go? Okay, so let's start, shall we? With freaking show. And our first stop on our journey today is this spin spinny wheel right here. And this spin spinny wheel contains all the different materials our houses can be made out of. We got the wood, we got the textile, rocks and stones, ceramic, metal, plastic, weave and wicker, and miscellaneous. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of nervous actually. But on to our second stop of today, and that is the shell of the houses, our row houses. And as you can see, they're pretty basic. And we got 3 of them today, and I've just made like a little basic layout. We're probably not gonna use that layout, but that's just the basicness of it. And you know what? Without further ado, let's start with house number 1. Let's just dive right into it and start with house number 1. And let's spin away for that. So, 1, 2, 3. Spin away! Ooh, ooh. We got ceramic. Oh goodness me, the pillows. The pillows gotta be ceramic. All right, well, great. Let's make a ceramic house. And first things first, for our ceramic house, I am actually gonna take down this wall. And we're gonna try out with an open layout today. How about that? And my floor disappeared, but that's no worries because this is gonna be a ceramic house. Right, well, goodness me, where do we even start? Maybe we're gonna start with the wallpaper and flooring. And for the wallpaper, we don't really have ceramic wallpaper. I mean, we got tiles, but is that ceramic? Because hold on, let me just choose a random object and choose ceramic. What do we got? We got some tiley fields. Okay, so we can use some tiles for the flooring and the wallpaper. Right, good. But that means that the entire house is gonna be tiles. Are we ready for that? I don't know. What do we want to go for? Maybe this one? I feel like that is the least offensive one. And then for the flooring. The flooring of the tiles. Ooh, I mean, maybe we can go with something like so. In an orange tone. We go with that Spanish tile, maybe? Or maybe not. And we also have to change up the staircase. What about this one? That's kind of nice. Fits this place. Yeah, it sure does. I like it. We got a hallway, a bathroom, and a bedroom with a living room, kitchen, dining situation down here. Good. Great. I'm kind of procrastinating, not gonna lie, because I just realized I have to make a ceramic house. But stop the procrastinating. We're gonna make this ceramic house, and we're gonna put in the furniture now. And we are gonna begin with the kitchen. And for the kitchen, I think the kitchen is gonna be right over here. So I want to build up a little bit of a wall. Maybe sort of like so. I think that's a good space. Sure. But for a ceramic kitchen, what if we try out with these counters and just see how it goes? And into ceramic we go. And how will it be if I turn on this? Oh yeah, I see me. Oh, not too bad. Okay. Oh, gee. Okay, well, this one, not that bad. And a countertop. Yeah, ooh. Maybe we can try with this one. Oh, what colors do we want? What is that, a color palette? Hold on, wait a minute. All right. A little while later, this is the color palette. I wanted to go with some neutral dark tones because I thought that looked nice. Maybe we can try that out. And if we just apply that to our counters... Oh, yikes me. I'm going to regret that. I'm probably going to change that up later. That is going to be Shrek's kitchen. But okay, if you just try something like so, and then put in the... Put in the fridge right over here. And by the way, with this fridge, you can't change up the material. But you know what? I think that is a good thing, to be quite honest with you. Let's also put up them cabinets in the same material and in the same swatch. And for these cabinets, they're gonna go over here and they're gonna stay there. Or are they? Yes, they are. But they turn into wood. I don't know why. Pourquoi? Oh, gee. Oh, no. Okay, that is the least offensive one. Boom, bam. That is awful. I am so gonna change up those colors afterwards, but now I'm committing to it. And when you've committed, there's no turning back. But what we can also do is that we can put up a little shelf over here. And we're of course gonna change that into some ceramic. Oh, okay, not that bad. Great. That was not that offensive. Kinda like that. And while I still like that, I'm gonna put up my kitchen knickety knacks before I start doubting myself on this whole video. Because it's probably gonna go downhill from here. You know? Yeah. And this is indeed how it went. I have a lot of knickety knacks in here because I figured they probably like the clara, they like the ceramics. So that's why they would have so many pots and pans. And by the way, I could not change the curtains into different material. With some curtains you can, but not this one, I guess. So, you know. And by the way, the rules for this challenge is that if the object can't turn into different material, then no what is. I can do whatever I want because I'm the one who made the rules. And Nora says, don't worry, just relax. What chairs do we want? Oh, by the way, this table. Almost forgot. This table. We can change that into some ceramic. My goodness, I can't even see the table because of all my million bajillion swatches. Gee. Well, what do we want? Ooh, maybe that one. Ooh, actually, by the way, we need a trash bin. And can we change up this trash bin? Yes, we can. And maybe we can also have a broom. Oh, can we change up the broom? Oh my gosh, we can. The dustpan, ceramic. And isn't that beautiful? Shrek's broom. But back to the dining table. We need some chairs. What if we just try it with this one? Because with that one, we can get 2 tones. And that is always good. What if we go into here for the frame? Ceramic. Ooh, not that bad, not that bad. Woo, a leopard print. You know what? We can go with that one. And for the seat, oh my gosh, the seat gotta be ceramic. Oh no, those poor people. But my goodness me, that doesn't look that bad, does it? It just kind of looks like an old pillow. But then for the rug underneath the dining table, I don't know what we're gonna do about that, because I've checked most of the rugs, and with the rugs, you can't really change up the material, so we can't really have a ceramic rug. I mean, we could change up the flooring to be a rug, but I am not skilled enough to do that. So I mean, let's just go with the rug and then forget about that rug. Good, wonderful. Let's move on to the living room. And for the living room, we need some beautiful couches. Yay me. What couch do we want today? Oh, by the way, we need to check the couches to see which one can be a different material. Okay, this one can. Can this one? No, not the cushions. Right, what about this one? That can be something else. Okay, I think we want this couch because that does kind of fit with the theme I'm making today. A ceramic Spanish-ish. That is not Spanish at all. I've come to terms with. It is something. I don't know. Oh, that is a couch. And then the wood. No. Ceramic. Oh, goodness me. What is the least offensive for the couch pillows? Maybe that one? That kind of looks like alligator skin or something. Okay, I think we're gonna have that for the pillows. In this Shrek theme of ours. That is a little bit too much though, isn't it? What about some pillows? Like if you just throw on this pillow right here. Oh, the pillow's gotta be ceramic as well. Oh, no. Oh, no. Maybe we can make that nice somehow. What if we have a blanket as well? How is that gonna be? Oh, it doesn't look that bad, you guys. It doesn't look that bad. That's kind of fancy. Trying to convince myself here, but I feel like that could be nice. Ooh, okay. How about the coffee table? Do you have a ceramic coffee table? I mean, we got this one. That's already ceramic. Boom, bam, shamalam. That's our coffee table. And look, I even gave them a little tea set because they like the ceramics, you know? It's together. Great. Let's also put in the TV table. Maybe we can choose this one today. And then we also gotta make that into some ceramics. Whoa! How about that? What a beauty you are, my table. What a beauty you are. And then above the table, we can also plunk in TV. We can't really make that ceramic, but that's okay. It would be weird if the TV was made out of ceramics or wicker. Could you imagine a wicker TV? I kind of want that now. I wonder what that would be like. And then over here, we can also maybe have a lamp. And can that lamp be ceramic? Oh, yes, it can. That is a beautiful lamp. And then, ooh, what are we gonna have over here, actually? We need something to put there. And what can we throw in there? Maybe a bookshelf. How about that? What if we try with this one? That's a good old solid bookshelf. Not into the wall. Not into the wall. Over here. Over here. Can you scooch a little bit? No. Okay, well, perfect. Can just believe you today. But you are gonna be ceramic. Whoa! And that was indeed a very lovely bookcase. You can't really tell that is ceramic, you know? Kind of looks like a wood bookshelf. Kinda. If you look from afar. A very, very far away. But also in this living room, it would be nice with some pictures. So we need to put in some frames. And can we make that frame ceramic? Oh, yes, we can. Not that bad, actually. Looks a little bit funky. You know what? I guess we can do it like that. They probably like oranges and some family photos. Sure. Okay. What more do we want? We need something over here, that's for sure. And we also need something in the entryway. That is even more for sure. What can we do? What can we do for a teeny tiny entryway? What if we do a fun shelf moment? And by that, I mean, what if we make a corner shelf? If you go something like so, put you in there, take you up, and then also somehow make you not glitch, we will pull this off together as a family. And here are my beautiful shelves in the Shrek green ceramic style. Beautiful. But on the bottom row, I think we can have some hooks. If we just go like so, then we can hang up our coats. Boom, boom. And what more are we gonna have? Who knows? Probably some clothes, some shoes. I don't know. And you know what? That was very, very cute. We got a hat collection, some boxes, some ceramic stuff. But then for over here, before I forget, we were gonna have something over here as well. And over here, that's gonna be some type of hallway table. But the possibilities are endless. And also, what would look good as a ceramic table? This one? I don't know. Maybe this one? Now, hear me out. If you just change that up to ceramic, that could look like a stone block since it's so blocky. So if I just go something like that, then that could kind gonna be a vibe with some knickknacks on that as well. Could be something. And then, by the way, can we have something on the staircase? No, we can't. I mean, I could use the advanced tool mod. Like if I just go like so, that could probably work. Maybe. Well, I mean, now it's gone. I don't know where it went. Oh, all right. Well... Maybe we can do that later, because I'm kind of scared right now. That's a good old mirror. And with that, I think that the first floor of our ceramic house is done. The living room, the dining, and the kitchen. And also the entryway. Good old ceramic moment. I wish I could have some there. But not right now, because right now we're going to move up to the second floor. And that is going to be an enjoyable time for everybody. Because on the second floor, we are also going to have a Tile City moment. Tile City moment. I don't know. It was a moment for sure. Oh, we got to change up the doors. Oh, can we have a tile door? Oh my gosh, we can. Oh, look at that door. But what if we do this with the door? Not that bad, kind of cool. I'm sort of kind of liking that. And for the second floor, let's start with the bedroom. And for the bedroom, we're going to start with a bed. And what would be the best bed for a ceramic bed? Oh, what about this one? Because of the headboard. The headboard is very square. And I feel like square, very good for the stone. Not the stone, ceramic. We're going to make that into a double bed, put you in the middle, and then a right. How is the bedding going to be? A blanket? Oh, okay. What if we go with that one? That kind of looks like snake skin. And if we just put that in a green, not too bad, not too bad. And the sheets, that also got to be ceramic. Oh my gosh. What are we going to do? What about that one? Least out and about that. Okay, yeah. What about the frame? Okay, that is not too bad, not too bad. I mean, I wish we had some sort of blanket on this bed or something. Because right now it's kind of flat. But maybe I'll figure something out. But for the bedside tables, we could use the same table as we did down here. And I'm gonna plonk them right over here, sort of like so. And you know what? For the walls, to spice up the walls a little bit, what if we use some moldings? Like this one, for example. I feel like that could spice up this room. And it kind of did. We're gonna use that. I felt it. We're gonna have that. But then back to this bed. What can we do to spice up this bed? Maybe some pillows. We can put up a whole pillow arrangement. So if I go like so, plonk it over there, and get my ceramics on, sort of like so. Oh, a bold choice. But right. And then put up some of these maybe. I don't know. I'm not the best at pillow arrangements. But okay, you know what? I might put something like so. It's okay. It's a pillow arrangement. I'm proud of my pillow arrangement. And now we're going to put some stuff on our nighttime tables. And it's going to be good. It's going to be wonderful. And it's going to be ceramic. Good old nighttime tables. And then what more can we do? I mean, we have a lot of real estate over here. So I feel like we could put down a table by the bed. And I know that I'm using a dresser and it's turned this way. But that is going to be our TV table. And then, on the other side, to use up even more space, we are going to have a bench. Boom. Use a lot of space. And can we make that into some ceramics? Oh, yes, we can. Just like so. Oh my gosh. That is a ceramic moment. Yeah, let's also put a TV on that. And also some knickknacks, both on the table and on the bench. I do wonder how it is to sit on a ceramic bench with some ceramic pillows. That must be a not so comfortable moment. And boom, boom, boom. What a table. What a bench. That is our bench. They're gonna love it, these people. And now for the rug. And I am wondering about them rugs. And by the way, I downloaded some rugs of the Theme Workshop. And I also put them on my favorites list, if you're wondering. And we got a big old selection right here. And I feel like these colors would fit our bed. But which one are we gonna choose? What about this one? Or actually, you know what? What if we go with this one? You can't change up the color of these ones because they're custom. But I feel like that works. And we are gonna have that rug. Happy about that. Let's move over to the other side of the room. And we need some sort of closet because we can't use that dresser. That is our TV table. And I think, actually, right in here, just by mistake, this turned into room. When I was fanoodling around with the staircase, I made a room right here. And I think we can use that mistake to our advantage. Because in that room is going to be our closet. And I feel like for that room, we could make it moody. And in our moody room, we need a moody dresser, moody wardrobe, moody clothing hanger. What if we go with this one? Then we just drag it out? I do not like that. We can change up the direction. What am I going to do here? I did not like that dragged out. But I do want to use this one. I have decided. Oh, you know what? What if we do it like so? Flip it around. And then I just need to use my tool mod a little bit. So it's not glitching into each other. And then it becomes like that. And I kind of like that. That was a moment. I mean, the clothes kind of weird. That is all in the formation like that. But we shall not worry. Because now we're going to make this ceramic. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's go for that. I could not change up the leather jacket, by the way. So now they got two identical leather jackets. These people, I tell ya, weed people, the leather jacket ceramic people. Watch out for them because they are up to no good. And then also for the closet, last but not least, is that we're gonna put up a curtain, and that is gonna be our wall. Ooh. And by the way, I'm gonna put up a curtain for my closet because if you didn't know, I have a teeny tiny closet in my entryway, and that door to my closet. Okay, backtracking a little bit. In my teeny tiny entryway, the teeniest tiniest of entryways, I have 3 doors. My bathroom door, my closet door, and my entryway door. And when you are trying to go out for the day, and you know, you open up your closet door, you open up your toilet door, you're trying to get your stuff together, and you're just stuck between all the doors. So I was just like, I need to remove at least one door here. And that is my closet door. I'm gonna remove that door and put in the curtain instead because I am living in misery. I'm living in hell. The door at hell. Anyways, back to my room. Yeah, this is our bedroom. Got the closet. Got the bed area with our funky pictures. Loving that. Oh, and I even okay, I went down. I am back up again. There we go. The curtains. I managed to change up these curtains to some ceramic. Doesn't look that bad. And yes, I had to go with these curtains because that curtain was interfering with that curtain. So I had to go with some other curtains. But you know what? We will live. And we're gonna live on into the bathroom. And for the bathroom, I also want some moldings. But this molding is gonna be on the bottom. We can maybe use that one. Just for some change up of scenery. Oh, that molding goes over the window. Oh, that's not good. What about the door? That does not interfere with it. Okay, strange. Huh. But you know what? We will probably find a way to hide that up with a bathtub or something because I like that molding. That's it. And let's put in our toilet. And what toilet are we gonna go for? The throne. What about this one? Because I think with this one, yes. With this one, you can change out the material. Ooh, and we're gonna have some tiles. Oh, yes, our good old tile toilet. That is the Shrek toilet. And for the sink, if you can turn around for once in your life, there we go. For a sink, we need a sink. And I think some of the sinks you can change up the material. I think this one, the moldy sink, we can change up the material. So if I just go into here and choose ceramic, ooh, not too bad for a sink. Not too bad. Okay, we're gonna have that sink with some end tables and side pieces. Words are hard today, and I'm also gonna have it in this color. I thought that was a lot better. I should have gone with that in the first place. Now that I think about it, look at that, beautiful. That's kind of a nice sink, actually. But then for the bathtub, that's gonna be over here. We need a big old bathtub that's gonna block off the window. Oh, what about this one? That's a good bathtub. And I think for the base, yeah, you can't change up the material of the base. But I do think that is okay because the bathtub is made out of porcelain. And who is porcelain's cousin? Ceramic. So I think that's okay. Okay, what can we do for this bathtub? I can first of all put down a towel. No, curtain. And then you know what? This bathtub is just one big blob of a color, isn't it? So what if we break that off with a pillow? And I know it's strange to have a pillow in the bathtub, but we're gonna pretend that is a bath pillow. You know those type of pillows that I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. Great. And we need a place to have our stuff, the shampoos and whatnot. There's no size to have that on. And we could put up a shelf. But what we could also do is put down some teeny tiny tables. And what table is good? What about this one? I think with this one, you can change up the material. If I just go in here, yeah. Oh, that's kind of funky. We can go with that. And then we can also make it small, like so. We can have one over there, and then one over here. Maybe one more. That's too many legs. That is like a spider. So I think instead we're just gonna have 2 because that was too many legs. We're gonna have some towels on this one and some shampoo and whatnot on that other one. And that's a good bathtub moment. Ignore the wall. That is the bathtub wall. They were splishing around too much. So they had to close off that window. They got water damages. But then back to the toilet. I think for the toilet we can do the same shenanigans with the table. With our spidery legs. Where is my table? Hello? Where did my table go? Hello? Don't know what happened to my table, but there it is. And then on these tables, we are gonna have some plants. Just some good old lovely plants. Just sort of like that. And then, oh, we need some toilet paper. I forgot about the toilet paper. That would have been a disaster. And we can't, oh no, we can't put up the toilet paper on the molding. I see. Well, good luck reaching the toilet paper. Good luck with that because I am moving on soon. Okay. By the way, for the lights, can we? Oh, we can. We can change up the material of the lamp. And the bulb, we can change up the bulb. Oh my gosh. That brightened up the room, didn't it? What a good old bathroom this is. We got our toilet area, the bathtub area, with our good old sink moment. And you know what? These colors, they're growing on me. And then into our hallway we go. And for the hallway, I mean, what can we do in here? We can put down a chair. Not that way though, but this way. And then turn that into some ceramics. Just sort of like that. With a good old lamp, because this is going to be the reading corner for us today with this tin tan table. I mean, you know what? I think that is a good old reading corner with this poof. Can we just... Oh, hello. That is a weird old poof. Are we going to keep that poof? You know what? Yeah, we're going to keep that poof because I made a weird old poof. And when you make a weird old poof, you're going to keep that poof. That was too many poofs. What more can we do? I mean, we can put down a shelf. And on those shelves, we're not going to have those shelves. We can have these ones. Just like that, actually. I mean, the ceramic is kind of stretched. But what you going to do? Nothing. I'm just going to put up my books on those shelves. That's what I'm going to do. Because this is a reading corner. We need our books with this giant circle rug for our normal sized hallway. I mean, that's not a big rug, but it was big in my mind. That's a cute little hallway with the pictures on the wall. Good. And then out here. I mean, we can't really squeeze that much out here, but maybe they would want a little stuffily. An easel. Goodness me. But there you go. Kind of like so. That is veranda moment. And with that, I do believe that the second floor is all done. Off in it open air. The bedroom, the hallway, and the bathroom. Cute. I like the color scheme. The color scheme has grown on me, that's for sure. Still unsure about that kitchen though. I'm gonna think about the kitchen. But I do believe for now, the inside is done. And what we have left is the outside, because that is a flat old house. And we gotta do the exterior and the landscaping. And we're gonna begin with the exterior first of all. And hum. What are we going to do for our exterior? What would a ceramic exterior look like? I mean, I think first of all, we can put in our ceramic bricks. Ooh, that's kind of nice. To get that in a warmer tone. Now for the windows. I'm afraid about the windows. Let's see. The frame, ceramic. Oh, and the whole window disappeared. Okay, so I think with the frame, we just gotta let that be. But with the shutters, we can go with the ceramic. Yes, we can. And for the shutters, I want that to be in a red old color like that. I think that'll be neat and nice. And then for the frame, maybe this warm color. I think that could work. But then for the door, by the way, I don't think I want that door because it looks kind of weird that the door is so small compared to the window. So what if we try with another door? What about this one? That's already on theme, isn't it? But we, of course, gotta change that up a little bit because it gotta be ceramic and it's gotta be like so. I think that is a vibe, that is mood. Ooh, I like this build already. But you know what, actually? I think that the staircase is too big. I think maybe we gotta take that in a little bit. Oh, come on. There we go. To about there, maybe. Yeah, I like that a lot better. We're gonna do that. Made up my mind now. I think the staircase is looking good. It's on our color theme. Gonna poppin'. And then for the roof. For our roof, we are gonna go with this red old color. Oh, gee, what have I done? But sort of like so. And then these stone blocks. That is going to be in this warm old brown. And what more can we do? It still looks kind of flat. And I think for that flatness, we're going to put up some columns. What about this one? Right on that corner. Sort of like so. I am getting so much better at the columns, you guys. So much better. And that one in the middle. And then one over here. Oh, and with this one over here, we got to make that real teeny tiny. Because the other peeps are going to have their own column. Sort of like so. And then you know what also? I'm going to try my best to put up a column on that dormer. And I think I did it. I think I made it. Cute, beautiful. I'm happy. Happy as could be. And you know what? For the windows, these windows are going to be some French balconies. So we need to put up our fence, gate, grate, the kikaki. Okay, that's a name. And then I also think about the windows, we're gonna have some planter potters. And for these planter potters that is on our French balcony, we gotta push them out a little bit, so like so. And then also put some flowers in them. Some good old potted flowers. Cute, with also some moldings. And ooh, you know what? I do not like that white stripe that we got over there, because the roofs are still in early access. So what can we do to hide up that white stripe? Is there something in here? Or we can maybe put up a drain pipe. Can we? If we just put that up right there, stretch it out, and then can we hide that pipe? Oh, we can. And then if I go into my colors and then put that in red, it will turn out like so. And you know what? That worked. That created some shading, got rid of that white stripe. Good. Happy. Finally happy. All right. You know what? We also got to put up some columns on that balcony right here because that was kind of strange. Not like that though. But oh, you know that you can do it. You can do it. But like so. That's even better. With also the same window shenanigans as we did in the front. Boom, bam, shamalam. And that is a cute old house, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Exterior done and completed. And now we're going to begin on the landscaping. And for the landscaping, you know what? Instead of fences, we're going to put up a wall. Because I think that that is easier. Because this house over here is going to be another material than this house. So they can have their own wall. I think, yeah, you know what? That was a smart move by me. Boom, boom, like so. And those walls are going to be some bricks. Maybe not red bricks. Yeah, some white bricks. Ooh, that's nice. And you know what? We're going to have some even warmer bricks. That was even nicer. But you know what's not nice is the white border on top. And I don't know how to get rid of that? Is there something that we can use to get rid of that? But what about this? What is that? Don't know. Can that work if you put that on there? Maybe it can. If I turn that into some ceramic. Ooh, in a darker tone maybe. Sort of like so. I mean, that could be a vibe. I feel like it can have potential. Just sort of like so. Oh, that's good. And then on the ends, we can even put down some columns. You know, we can. And that was good. What more are we going to do for this yard? You know what? For this yard, we're going to plonk in a pathway. And for this pathway, it's just going to be some sand. Because I don't know how to put down flooring outside without making a room. I don't know how. So there you go. And then maybe we can also have a bench over here. The stony bench. You know, the other cousin of the ceramic. What about some flowers? I don't know. But we're, of course, going to have many other plants in here. We're going to have some plants over there, by the house, and by the fence. Plants everywhere we go. And no, the plants are not going to be ceramic because that doesn't exist. So, you know, the outside is just going to be in the same color scheme as the inside of the house, and that is it. Basically. And to put up my plants. I went with a yellow fall theme-ish. Kind of felt that fit with the house. Kind of cute, kind of nice. And you know what I just realized? You see those rocks over there? I always thought that they were kind of weird. And now I finally figured out why. Because that rock has a face on it. A very scary face. So I decided to turn them around because I don't want to see that face. Why is there a face on the rock? I don't know. But there is. Anyways, what can we have on this terrace of ours? This veranda? Maybe some vases because of the ceramic. Just sort of like so. That's some good vases with a big old street light in the ceramic. And then for the trash bin and the mailbox, we can plonk down this one. And I feel like, oh yes we can change up the lid to some ceramics. And that's gonna become just like so. And then for the mailbox, what mailbox would they have? And these mailboxes, by the way, are from one of my mods. But what about this one if we turn that into some ceramic? Sort of like so. Oh my gosh, that's good. Goodness me, with also a bike plunked down on there in the ceramic. Oh my gosh, perfect. That is one good old ceramic house all done and dusted for today, with a good old outside and a good old inside. Cute and good. And now let's move over to house number 2, and we need to spin for that, and we're gonna spin for that right now. So my magic spinny wheel of doom and death, spin away for me, and let's see what we shall get. And it's gonna be Weave and Wicker. Oh goodness me. Okay, let's make a Weave and Wicked house. I don't even know what that's gonna be, but let's get this house popping on. And first of all, we're gonna change out the layout a little bit, because I think that the wall could go something like so, and then that room went into the ground. Okay, well, I'm gonna take you up again. Boom, bam. Because with this layout, we can have the kitchen over here, and then the dining and the living. Ooh, and then we can also maybe have an office in there. Yeah, I think that's good. But all right, what are we gonna do for the wallpaper? Because what is a wicker wallpaper? Interesting. I mean, we got this one. Oh goodness me, that is for sure wicker, and that is the best option in theory. But in reality, I'm not gonna have that wallpaper because I am gonna get so dizzy looking at that. I'm already getting dizzy. I do not like that. So what are we gonna do? You know what if we just go with some wood? Because some would say that wood is wicker. Nobody says that, but that has that wicked lines. I don't know. I can't have that other one. So yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna have the wood walls. Made my decision. And then for the flooring, what would be some wicker flooring? The carpets? I mean, yeah, sure. Carpet is kind of wickery, isn't it? And then the staircase. Oh my gosh. Now comes the moment of truth, you guys. Weave and wicker. Can we have a wicker staircase? Oh, gee, Joe. Imagine having this one. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a horrible house. Those are our wicker stairs. Aren't they beautiful? Because I do think so. But okay, beautiful. And now we got to put in the furniture. And before we put in the furniture, I got to figure out my color scheme. So hold on a minute. And all right, I'm back again. And I've kind of figured out the color scheme. It's going to be sort of like so, with some very, very dim and neutral tones. Kind of that beachy feel. Because I feel like wicker, that is kind of beachy, isn't it? Wicker beach? Yeah, there is something there. But great, that is our color palette. Now we're going to put in the furniture. And we are again going to begin with the kitchen. For our wicker kitchen. And what counter would be best for some wicker? Maybe that one? I feel like that would be the best one. Oh, you can't change up the boxes. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, we're not going to have that one. That ruins the mood. What about this one? I feel like just a straight on box would be good for the wicker. And here comes the moment of truth. For the cabinet, if we choose the wicker, what will happen then? Oh, I see. How much wicker do we want? Maybe we can go for that one. The least offensive one. kitchen. And then the countertop. How will the countertop be with the wicker? Oh, okay. If we just put in our colors, I see. That is one good counter, isn't it? Yeah. We can make a galley kitchen today with our wicker kitchen. But what about the sink? If we change up the sink to the wicker, and the sink itself, oh my gosh. What a sink. The wicker sink. And I'm not even going to think about the logistics of that sink because the water will just go everywhere. Think of the mold people that's going to be created in this room. But you know what? It looks kind of cute. We got a stove with even a stove hood. We can't change that up though. It's another material. And again, I think that is good. And you know what's also good is that we're going to put up our cute old Nickety Nice for this kitchen. And some of it is going to be wicker. Some of it is not because not everything can be changed, which is kind of good. But oh my gosh. Look at my pen. It's all wicker. My knives are wicker. It's all wicker. Oh, gee. This is so cursed. I have no words. And by the way, what about the curtains? Can we put in some wicker curtains? I mean, we surely probably can, but how will that look like? Oh my. Not too bad, actually. Some people would probably have that in the living room. Do you have the wicker curtains? Because I feel like I've seen that before. But then, by the way, we need some doors so we can get in here. And what if we go with an archway? Now, can this archway be wicker? If for certain can. Look at that archway. It's kind of beautiful, kind of magical. And then we also need a teeny tiny door in there because I think our couch is going to be somewhere over here. So the teeny tiny door needs to be right there. What if we go with this one? We can go with some round old doors today. And we're also going to make that wicker. Oh my goodness me. I have actually created a monster. That is one heck of a wicker door. It's kind of cute, but also kind of disturbing. Right. You know what? Let's put up a dining table. And what would be best for a wicker table? Maybe this one because of the cloth. And they can have like a wicker cloth moment. Just sort of like so. I think that was a bad idea with those chairs. Oh, goodness me. The chairs are going into the wicker cloth. Right. Yeah. Right, I have no words actually. And we're not going to talk about that anymore because we are going to put up our couches. And what would be a good wicker couch? Maybe this one. It's already wicker. But can we make the pillows wicker? Oh, we can. Oh my goodness me. Yeah. Don't panic, Nora. Don't panic. Change up the colors to about like so. Okay, you know what? The cushions, not that bad. It could have been a lot worse. I could have done this, you know. I could have done that. I think that is our best option, that one. I think it actually is. And we're also going to have another couch over here. If you can turn around. Turn around. There we go. With also a coffee table in the middle. Boom, boom. And also make that one wicker. Like so. And that is not bad at all. That seems like it was made for wicker. But then, by the way, for this couch, can we put up some pillows and make them wicker? Oh, we can. That is one uncomfortable pillow, isn't it? Both physically and mentally. But then for a rug, we need a wicker rug. What about... No. What about this one? Nah, I don't know what I want. Since I don't know what I want, in the meantime, I'm just going to do this because I don't know what I want. We need a wicker rug and I couldn't find a good wicker rug. So I'm putting that in as a placeholder and change that up later with also that rug. No, it's a blanket. There we go. But then right here on this wall, we are going to have a shelf. Seems like a good shelf wall. So what about this one? I haven't used that one yet and that is a good shelf in wicker. Oh, that is probably a little bit too much wicker. We got to tone down on the wicker or else stuff is going to fall down. Just to sort of like so. And you know what? That is a good wicker shelf. I'm proud of that shelf. Couldn't have been more proud actually. I mean, look at that. The wicker... How does that function? I don't know. What else can we do? We can have this wicker globe. Because why not? With some more pictures on this wall. And they're all gonna be wicker. Like that. Got some good old ducks in there and everything. Ow. By the way, right in there is kind of empty. And can we squeeze in the bookshelf? We maybe can. But can we make it wicker? I mean, we can. Yeah. All right, we're gonna have that. And by the way, look at this frame. Is that a little bit too much again? I don't know. I mean, we can do it like so. It's still a little bit too much, but I think not too much. So we can do that. But you know what? Let's get that over to the office over here. And for the office, we need a desk. Not that way though. This way. And then we need to make that wicker. Whoa! Do we want the closed off wicker or the open wicker? We can go with the closed off wicker. I feel like that is best for the desk. Or else you're gonna get some problems when you're gonna write stuff down. Because you have no support at all. No support. And that is really important for me today. But then besides the desk, we could have some bookshelves. And I, of course, gotta make those bookshelves wicker like that. And you know what? Not too bad, not too bad. Again, not too bad. It looks like it was made for wicker. I'm surprised. And then also, last but not least, we're gonna have a fish on the wall. Bam, but make it big. Because beach people, they have fish on the wall. So why not? There you go. But then for in our entryway, we need an entryway table. And that can be this dresser over here. That already has a little bit of wicker, but it's gonna be even more wicker. Boom, boom, like so. And believe it or not, that is wicker. Believe you me, it is. Now for a mirror, maybe we can use this one. That kind of reminds me of the beach, and we got the beach theme going on. So why nude, you know? With also some knickknacks on there. Our wicker knickknacks. And then what more wicker stuff can we have in there? What is wicker? Ooh, a hamper. That is wicker. Oh, and some suitcases. We can make that into some wicker. Just sort of kind of like so. That is a wicker moment. I like that. This turned out to be a cute little entryway for the wicker feels. With our wicker rug and the wicker stairs. Let's not talk about them stairs. But we are sort of kind of ish done with the first floor. Just gotta make some changes to that rug. Still gotta think about it. Still gonna think about it. But we are now going to move up to the second floor, where we have a bedroom, hallway, bathroom with a toilet room, and a balcony. And that's all about it. And we're going to start with this floor now. And for our second floor, we are, of course, going to begin with the bedroom. And what would be a good wicker bed? What about this one? That has the wicker potential. Weaving wicker. Oh, okay. What is the least worst one? Maybe this one? What about the sheets? That can be that one. What about the throw blanket? I feel like they're all bad. Not gonna lie. And then the wood, that's gonna be wicker. Or wait, you know what? What if the sheets is this one? The whole mattress is just air. I mean, okay, we can do that. Perfect, wonderful. I love that for us. With some good old wicker tables. And what can that be? Maybe this, or we can have a dining table. What if we go that one, size it down, flop it over there, and put that in wicker? Sort of like so. That's good. Kind of liking that. But I am also kind of tired. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sleep deprived because I watched the World Cup last night when Norway played. And we won. Could you believe it? The whole of Norway watched. I kid you not, this morning it was so empty in the streets and on the road. There is a road that is always full on packed to the brim in the morning, and that whole road was empty because everybody had taken a day off work to watch the World Cup at night. It was insane. And I also slept over at my parents' house last night in preparation for the World Cup because I live in the city part of the town, and I knew that when Norway played, this town was gonna get rowdy, and it did. It was rowdy everywhere. But it was fun. It was good. An enjoyable time. And then for this side of the room, I feel like we need a closet. Just every bedroom needs a closet. So what if we use one of these? I haven't used these ones yet. We can go with that one. That looks alright. But will it look alright with some wicker? You know what? Kinda dead. Kinda dead. What are we gonna have on this wall? This wicker mirror? I mean, yeah, it's still kind of empty. We have the same problem as we had over here. But what can they have? This wicker family. What if they have some guitars just lined up in an order? Oh, and can we make those guitars if my camera will function? Come on. Will those guitars be in wicker? Okay, so the body can't, but the neck and the sides, they can. Oh my goodness me. We're gonna have some wicker guitars. Just like so. And and the wicker just gets progressively worse. Gets more open. I mean, that guitar is about to fall apart. But you know, that's good. We got our guitar collection in our good old bedroom. Let's move over to the bathroom. And for the bathroom, I think we're gonna change up the flooring a little bit. Maybe like a darker tone. Ooh, could be kind of cool. And by the way, for the bedroom, I'm also gonna put up some string lights because I forgot about that. Boom, shamalam, like so. Now back to the bedroom. No, the bathroom. Gee, I'm all over the place. But for the bathroom, our moody and nice bathroom, we need a sink moment. And for that, I'm gonna use the same things as down here. But we can, of course, make them a little bit moody. And what is happening over there? What? Excuse me, why is there a hole in my counter? There's not a hole down here. What? Okay, what if I try this one? The standard one. There's still a hole. Okay. Well, you know what? We're just gonna ignore that hole because I don't know what to do about it. It doesn't go away. So let's not think about that. And I'm instead gonna put up a mirror. What about a round mirror? Can that be in wicker? It can. Oh, how beautiful. What a beautiful wicker sink we're gonna have today. With our beautiful hole too. Yeah. But okay, moving on to our shower. That's gonna be right over there. And you know what? The shower can't be in wicker. None of the showers can, because why would it be? So let's just look past that. And we're instead going to put up some towels that is actually a blanket. And for this moment, thanks to this comment right here, we're going to do some shenanigans. Because they suggested that for the towels, we could put up some clothing hooks and then put our towels on that. And that's kind of a moment. Just got to put those towels in the wicker, like so. And that is kind of cute. But then for a toilet in our toilet room over here, we're going to go with this one again because we can change up the seat to a wicker seat. That is lovely. How it would be to sit on that toilet, I don't want to know. And I never want to know. But that is our good old bathroom. And you know what? I love this bathroom. It is so moody and so nice with our toilet room. Hey ho, into the hallway we go. And for this hallway, we had this awkward space over here. And I think for that awkward space, we can put up a wall. And I somehow deleted that wall. Oh, okay. Well, great. We're gonna put you back in again. But in this room of ours, we could make that into a storage room with a wicker shelf. And on that wicker shelf, we are gonna have storage room stuff. Yeah. With also a broom on the wall. Our wicker broom. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was our hallway. With a grandfather's clock just smack down there. In wicker. That doesn't look half bad, actually. I kind of like that. All right. Well, you know what? That was our whole second floor. The bathroom, the hallway, and our bedroom. With also the first floor. Boom, boom, boom. The whole inside for house number 2 is done. And now we got to do the outside. And how do we make a wicked outside? Questions. Well, you know what? Could use the same wallpaper for the outside. You know. And then I think for the base, you know what? For the base, we can use this one. That's not too bad. And then for the windows, we are going to use the same colors as on the inside. Just sort of like so with the wicker. And that's kind of cute and nice. And you know what? You're also going to get the same door as the other peeps. And you're also going to get the same column shenanigan. You know what? The whole exterior is going to be the exact same, but just in the same color tones. Because you can't make the columns and stuff like that wicker. And again, why would you? But a boom shabalam, this staircase. Oh my goodness me. Clip on! Ah! I'm getting annoyed with you. I'm actually for real getting annoyed with you. Clip on. There we go. Boom shabalam. The exterior is done. I did the exact same thing, but just turned it into the color palette and also did some wickedy moves. Whatever I could. Put up an awning. Wicker awning. And the flower boxes, they're wicker. Cute, cute, cute. Our good old exterior. And now since the exterior is all done and finito, let's begin with the landscaping. The good old walls. And for our first step on our landscaping journey, we are going to put up these walls on our walls, but they are of course going to be wicker. And that is lovely, isn't it? Ooh, I kind of like that. That totally fits in. Happy. And then you know what? Let's put up the plants for this yard. And these plants, again, not gonna be wicker, but plants are somehow wicker in some weird way. And gonna put up the same color scheme as the house. And maybe it will be a lovely garden. Who knows? Maybe you will know by now, but I won't know. And you know what? Kind of cute, kind of cute. Ooh, that is a cute garden. And you know what? For the house, I feel like we can put up some vines. Because again, vines, wicker, there is something there, isn't it? So I think we can totally do that. Ooh, and by the way, on the door, where did we put up the sun? You're probably thinking why, but like the beach, sun, wicker, something there, isn't it? With also the ice cream man on the stairs. Because the beach, you eat ice cream on the beach, you can be, oh, look at that. Oh, he's so cute. Get on me stairs. That is the cutest guy of all, isn't it? Oh, I love him. He's gonna stay right there. And then what more can we do for this garden? Wicker, wicker. Picnic table. If we plop that in and then put that in wicker, just sort of like so, with a picnic basket. Ooh, cute. And then we can have a grill over there with an umbrella. What is my umbrella? A wicker umbrella. Just like that. Oh, cute. Wicker moment. And then you know what else we can do? Maybe we can put in some pathing stones because I want a little pathway to the picnic table. But since we can't make like a teeny tiny faded out pathway, it's just gonna be this. And I don't like that. We could instead perhaps put up some stepping stones up to the picnic table and maybe up to here as well. I mean, sure, we can do that. That's not that half bad, actually. I do like that. With also a trash bin and also a mailbox. And what mailbox would they have? Maybe this one. That's kind of cute. Just sort of like so in wicker. Cute on theme. And do we have like a wicker basket? We can have a wicker basket of books. That's for the mailman. I mean, yeah. That's a good old moment. What a good old yard. Oh, you know what I forgot? A welcome mat. They of course need a welcome mat. And what are we going to write on our welcome mat? Maybe wicker hearts. Because they love the wicker. They really do. And then this, Oh no, I forgot about this one too. But they can also get a welcome mat. And this one is gonna say ceramic heart. Yes, wonderful. And with that, be friends, house number 2 is completed. Both outside and the inside. And now, last but not least, we're gonna move on to house number 3. So let's spin away for that. Bam! Oh my gosh, please be something good. Okay, it's gonna be plastic. A plastic house. Right. Do not panic, Nora. We're gonna make a plastic house. Jeebus meebus. And you know what? For this plastic house, what if the kitchen is in this room and then we have an open living room situation? I mean, maybe we can have a wall over here. I don't know. Or something of that sort. And then, but what are we gonna do about the wallpaper and flooring? Because we don't have plastic walls. I mean, thank goodness. So maybe we can just go with some painted walls. That seems plastic enough. And what is our color palette gonna be? Oh, hold on. Okay, you know what? After a long time, I think we're gonna go with this color palette right here. It's a little bit out and about there, but since they have a plastic house, I feel like they would go in that art poppy style, where everything is colorful. And I do have to say that it is kind of late in the day, so my mind is kind of mush. So this might not be a good idea, but maybe we can do that. So therefore, what if we go with some stripy walls? I don't know. And then the flooring, what would be plastic flooring? Linoleum? I mean, that's kind of plastic, isn't it? Oh, what if we try with that? I don't know. Again, my mind is mush. And the staircase, we're going to change up the staircase. And we can go with this one. I don't know why, but that seems like a plasticky feel, doesn't it? Metal, I think not. It's going to be plastic. It's all going to be plastic. Just like so. Those are some good old stairs. Oh, I'm kind of regretting this color palette already, but we aren't going to go with that. So, you know. But well, alrighty then. Let's start with the kitchen. And I've gone with some dark purple flooring. Again, it's really late in the day, but I think it's going to look somewhat nice. And what counters would be best for the plastic counters? Maybe this one. It has the potential. And now let's see. Cabinet can be plastic. What color is that gonna be? Maybe pink. Oh, countertop, we can't change that. I mean, that's okay. It already looks like plastic. The handles, that's gonna be plastic. And then the doors. Oh, you betcha, plastic. And maybe some purple? Or no, we're gonna have yellow. And my goodness me, that is a counter. And I'm gonna plonk you on our kitchen. Just sort about like that. We're gonna have a stove over there and our fridge over here. I think that's good. With also some cabinets in the same color. Ooh. This could have the potential to look like a clown house. And speaking about clown house, what if our fridge is the clown fridge? I mean, it could be a little bit too much, but it could also be just right. Oh, by the way, look at that cute old sink that I just made. I want that sink. Imagine having a pink old sink. That will be the dream. That will be the vibe with a purple stove and the clown fridge. Okay, let's also put some knickknacks up in this kitchen. Some plastic knickknacks. Whatever I can do. It's gonna be a mess either way. You know, our good old kitchen. And can I also just remind you, it's really late in the day. Just need to remind you. But alright, cute. That is a cute kitchen. We got all the stuff that we need in here. I'm kind of liking it. And I don't know why, but it has some vibes, some clown vibes. But then to our dining corner. What dining table would we have? Maybe this one. That seems like a plastic old table. Maybe have that in blue with some plasticky chairs. What about this one? Oh, you can't change that up. Okay, well, we're not gonna have that because we're gonna have some plastic chairs. What about that one? That is some really plasticky chairs. And we're gonna actually have some alternating colors. So the yellow and the pink. Kind of a moment. Not gonna lie, kind of a moment. But then for the curtains, what would be a very plasticky curtain? Maybe some blinds, like this one. I mean, maybe that's metal, but they have the plastic version in purple. And they're also gonna have a high chair because they have a toddler. I have decided. So that can be in that corner. Good. Our good old kitchen and dining. Do not look too much at it because I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. But into the living room we go. And for the living room, we need some plastic couches. Well, alrighty then. Textiles, no. Plastic you go. Oh my gosh, that is a plastic couch. Well, we're gonna have one more over here. And the egg chairs. They can be over there. Oh my goodness me, this is so ugly. What am I doing? I don't know. But you know, what are we gonna do about the rug? I mean, we can't really have a plastic rug. So I don't know. But what we can do is put in a plasticky coffee table. That already seems like plastic, but we're gonna make it even more plastic. Just like that. Just like that. And then maybe over here we can have a A lemon poof? I don't know. I don't know. But we need a TV table. What about this one? That seems plastic enough. Oh, yikes, admit that is a plastic table. I think I'm making the plastic situation even worse with the colors. But I have committed to the color scheme. I'm not gonna back down. Maybe it's cool. Maybe somebody out there thinks that this is cool. But again, I don't know. But what I did do is that I put up some cute little knickknacks, including this one, which is from one of the mods that is on my favorites list. And this mod comes with some cool old gaming systems. I remember having this one, the GameCube, and my brother had this one. My gosh, I got a Tamagotchi. Oh, memories, the sweet, sweet memories. What more can we do? You know what? I'm indeed gonna put up this pink old shelf with some even more knickknacks on that. And then by the couch, what if we have some big old paintings? And what would be a very poppy-arty painting? Do I have anything? Ooh, the basket of food. That is very arty poppy, isn't it? With some vinyls. Vinyl, plastic, something there. Look at my gosh darn living room. You know what? Was kind of doubting myself, but I am kind of liking that. That is kind of cool. That is cool. You can't look at me and say that is not cool, because that is cool. And then for the entryway over here, oh, you know what we can do? Oh, nothing's gonna stop me now. What if we have a shoe shelf? Because this family has a lot of people with a lot of kids, and therefore a lot of shoes. And we can make that colorful with some pink and some blue, some purple and some yellow. And we're gonna put our shoes in those shoe cubicles. Cubicle. Someday I will learn the words, but not today apparently. But you know, on this wall, what if we have some bookshelves? And we are of course going to use these wacky bookshelves. Because come on, look at those. That is our bookshelves. And actually for this code over here, what if you use a shelf as like a hook? Could be something, could be plastic, with also a mirror. Oh, this mirror. That is a plastic mirror, isn't it? Good gracious me. What a hallway. What a living room. What am I doing? I don't know. But you know what? I think we're done with the first floor. Thank goodness. We're going to move up to the second floor. And for the second floor, we're going to change up the rooms a little bit. Because I think this is going to be the bathroom. And that can be the crib room. The baby room. The nursery. And then we need to make the parents' bedroom a little bit bigger. What we can do over here? I don't know. We can do sort of like so, actually. We got the hallway, the nursery, primary bedroom, teen bedroom, kid bedroom, I don't know. And then the bathroom. Boom, shabalam. And for some reason, these stairs, they always go into the wall. Because you can change up the railing in here, but no matter which one I choose, they always go into the wall. I mean, we could choose that one, but then we're gonna have nothing. And that's scary. So, you know, we can hide that up. It's okay. But then for the doors for this hallway, for all these rooms, what are we going to do? What about the clown doors? That is so creepy. But maybe I can make it less creepy. I mean... I for sure did not make that any less creepy, but we are gonna have those doors because my goodness me, this house is probably the only house that I can use those doors, and I want to use those doors, so we're gonna have those doors, and we're gonna move on into the bathroom. And for the bathroom, I want this again to be a moody bathroom, so we can use the same flooring as in the kitchen, and maybe the wallpaper. You know what? We're gonna make that purple. Oh, we're gonna have a purple bathroom. Good. And for our purple bathroom, we need a sink. So we're gonna get in a counter, and the sink can probably just be this one because the other ones are gonna be too big, and we're gonna have a toilet over there. So, you know, that is good enough for this mirror that I need to size down. And then also some messy knickknacks because they have a lot of kids. But then for the toilet, that's of course gonna be this one again because we're gonna change the seat to the very plasticky feel. Ooh. But then for the tub moment or the shower. No, I think they need a tub because they have a toddler and they need a tub. So what can be plasticky? Maybe this one. Can we change that up to some plastic? Oh, we can. Plastic base. Oh, that's gonna be great. I just need to maneuver this just like that. And isn't that amazing? That is our bathtub. Our very weird and plasticky bathtub. Yeah, now what? Let's not think about it too much. That is a cool bathtub. But then right over here, we're gonna have our towels. And I think actually for this towel moment, you know what I thought of? What if we put up this handle right here? And by the way, can we make that plastic? Yes, we can. Oh, that's amazing. And then we will put our blankets on that railing. So like so. Oh, that is perfect. Look at that. That is perfect. We're just gonna make them plastic though. That's kind of sad. But it's gonna be like that. And you know what? I love that. I think I finally found out the towel shenanigan. And it's gonna be this shenanigan. Why didn't I think of that before? With our plastic towels. Hey, all that is a bathroom. All right, bathroom done. I would be so overwhelmed in this bathroom, but that is our bathroom. And let's move over to the primary bedroom. And for the primary bedroom, we can change up the walls a little bit to maybe something like so. I don't know. Just have a little bit of change. And then for our bed, what would be a very plasticky bed? The tentacles. I mean, that is plastic. How about that? Yeah, okay. That is our bed with some Rubik's cubes. That is plastic for sure. Oh my goodness me. And what paint do we want? Oh, we can have this one. That's cute. That fits with whatever theme this is. I honestly don't know what the theme is, but it's something. Oh, okay, well, let's put down our dresser. And what about this one? Can we make that into plastic? Oh, we can. Oh, that is our plasticky dresser. I'm gonna stretch you out and put some knickety knacks on that for our plastic moment. And also that frog painting. Can we put up more paintings like that? You know what? I found some great old pictures of some Pokemon. And you know what? We're gonna use those. I think that is cute. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm also going to put up a gosh darn shelf over there. Because I really don't know what I'm doing. I mean, yeah. That is a wall. And we also got another wall over here. They have skateboards. Because these are cool parents. But yeah, let's move into the kid bedroom. And for the kid bedroom, what if we try this one? Make that into some plastic. Oh my gosh, turn around. Turn around. I can't eat. There we go. And I'm gonna make you into some plastic. Oh, to sort about like that. That is cute. I mean, it's a very plasticky bed, but I like the colors. And then what else can we have in this room? I mean, we need a bedside table, but we don't have that much space because I feel like the dresser is gonna be in there. So what if we put up a teeny tiny table? Like so. Make that into some plastic and magic will happen. Just like that. Magic did happen with also a dresser or closet. We can use this one. Scooch it over there. That could also be a moment. Sure, why not? Plasticky lockers. But then in here, I feel like we can put up a desk in here. And it can be this one. If you will forever... Oh, turn around. Oh my, I'll turn around. There we go. I was about to lose it. But we can have this desk. Ooh, in that one. Like the colors. Like the plastic. There's a good chair. And also some good old plastic knickety knacks on our desk and above the desk. We can have a shelf above the desk with some little teddy bears for the kid. Yeah, good decision by Nora. And what a bedroom that was for that kid. We got our Pokemon over here. We got lots of posters, lots of string lights for our good old plasticky room. Whoa, what room do we have left? Oh, we have the, what was this again? The nursery? I do think so. So, we can put it in the nursery bed. It's called a crib, Nora. And can we make this one into plastic? Oh, we can. We can make the mattress into plastic, the base into plastic. Everything's gonna be plastic. Just like so. And then maybe we can have a shelf over here, just underneath the picture. That never hurt anybody. Or it's gonna hurt me a little bit, but don't you worry. And then maybe over here, we can finally use this one. That seems very plasticky. And also hit up that the railing from the staircase. So you know what, we are gonna do that. That was a good old plasticky nursery. It is kind of cute. It's very cute. A little geeky up in there. Got some shelves. Got a potty. What more does a toddler baby need? Maybe some love. I don't know. But with that, the whole second floor is done. And also the first floor. The whole inside is done. And that means that we gotta begin with the exterior. And what on earth are we gonna do for the exterior? I don't know. Plastic? Plastic. I don't... maybe you just go... Oh, gee, I painted the whole thing. You know what? What if we do a white base? Just like so. Because the other houses are white. And that kind of seems like plastic. Just a white base. I don't know. And then the columns. What are we going to do about the columns? Maybe we can do the yellow. You know what? Let's do the windows. What if the windows are like that? With the plastic. The yellow and the purple. And they're also going to get the same door as the other peeps. Just sort of like so. And, maybe the stone can be yellow. Because I want it to be the exact same as these other houses. But it wouldn't make that much sense to have columns in yellow stone when you're in a plastic house. But again, I think we can do that because it is so late. And, and we don't have plastic columns. But it's probably gonna look ugly. Ugly as no other, isn't it? Oh, gee. Oh, no. All right. I need to think about this. And I did think about it, and it turned out like so. My goodness me, that is an ugly house. That took the whole neighborhood down. And you can also kind of see my sanity just going downhill as this video progresses. It started off good, and then kind of good, and then horrible. Oh, okay. Yeah. They got some nice planter potters, though, and a plastical fence. Right. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Let's just do the garden. And what would a plastic garden be? Who knows? But you know what? For the pathway, what if we go with this one? It kind of matches the vibes of the house. You know. And then for the plants, the plasticky plants. Oh, this is very plasticky. They feel like fake plants, don't they? Maybe we can use some of that. Oh. They are kind of ugly though. Not gonna lie. It's like Dr. Seuss up in here. But why are they all leaning the same way? Can't they lean another way? Apparently not. Well, okay. You know what? We're gonna use that. And we're also gonna use some other plants that are not weird and plasticky because otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. But they're gonna be pink and purple, maybe yellow. Like a cute moment. We can pretend that the rocks are plastic. The plastic rocks for a plastic house. How did it end up like this? What am I doing? Am I okay? I don't think I am okay. And you know what? Kinda cute. What about pink little tree? Some cute old plants? I like that. And you know what? Let's put in the hopscotch. Oh, and then plastic. You know what is plastic? What of them chairs? It's not a chair. The sun lounger. Plastic galore. But those are plastic old pillow and a teeny tiny plastic table. And what can we have? The duck maybe? Oh, yeah. We can have the duck with some plastic bottles. Hey, that's good. And you know what else we can have? The iconic plastic chair. Right on there. Boom, bam, bam. Plastic. With also a garbage can that is already plastic, but we're gonna make it even more plastic, like so. Then the mailbox. What would they have? Maybe this one, the cow. They seem like the people who would have that. Boom shamalam, our mailbox is up. And with that, I think that the whole outside is done, which means that house number 3 is completed with the balcony too. Oh me, oh my. All right. We're not going to talk about the third house. We're just not. I have no words. Well, I guess the only words that I do have is, it's now time for the house tour. So get ready for that. Strap yourself in because the house tour is happening now. And for our first step of this house tour, we have the first house with a lovely exterior. Oh, by the way, I forgot the welcome mat. Hold on. I'm gonna put you in. Plastic heart. There she go. All right, back to my house tour. Here we have the first house with the ceramic exterior and the landscaping, which is not really ceramic, but it kind of is. Anyway, so we also have the entryway with the living room. Oh me, oh my. I kind of like this. I kind of like the vibes with the dining room and the kitchen too. The colors are growing on me, I gotta say. I enjoy it. But then on the second floor, we have the hallway with the reading nook. And then also the primary bedroom, which is also the only bedroom. And the closet moment, which is the moment and the vibe with the many plants too. Hey. And then last but not least, we got the bathroom with the water-reinforced wall for the bathtub. Right, then on to our second house. We again at the outside of the exterior and the garden. I kind of like this. It's kind of mellow-toned and beachy. The wicker vibes, because this is indeed the wicker house. And inside the wicker house, we have the entryway with the living room and the dining part of the room. Oh my gosh, look at all the wicker. And then the wicker kitchen, the cursed wicker kitchen. I don't know how I feel about those counters, but I feel some sort of way. And then we also have the office, the very wicked office. And then up to the second floor, we have the hallway with the storage closet. And then we have the primary bedroom, the wicker primary bedroom with the wicker guitars. And then we have the moody bathroom. I like this bathroom. Got some vibes. It is the mood. That's why it is the moody bathroom. But then on to our third and final house, and I'm not gonna say anything about the exterior and the landscaping and the planting, and then you know what? But here it is. And we also got the inside. Oh my gosh, with the entryway and the living room and wow. Gee below, what was I on about? What was I doing? My eyes. And then up to the second floor with the scariest hallway you've ever seen. With also the nursery. That's kind of a cute nursery. And then we have the primary bedroom and I don't know what's happening in here. But we also have the kids' bedroom. And I do know what's happening in here. That's a funky bedroom for a kid. And then we have the pop-in bathroom with the pop-in towels and the cool old bathtub. And I like that room. My good old bathroom. And you know, that was the house tour. And now it's time for the outro. And this is the outro. Welcome. If you for some reason want to download this house, you can. It is up on my Steam gallery, my Steam workshop, and my username is JustNoraGaming. Oh, and if you also want to see more of me, you also can. I have my second channel where I do stuff, and I also have my Twitch channel where I also do stuff, but live. And don't forget to like, subscribe as well, because it really does help me out. So thank you. But only if you want to. Only if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.